Okay, Joanna, take a look at this. Our operative inside Area 51 was able to get this out to us. This is your entry point, a deserted helipad on the edge of the base. The lift down to the hangars and the rendezvous point is beyond that wall. Watch out for these guards. Here's the communications antenna. Attach a comms rider bug so we can talk to you when you're inside the base. Again, watch out for hostiles.
Oh my god.
Here is our friend. He appears to be physically unhurt, though he hasn't regained consciousness yet. By the look of it, the surgeons are almost done with their preliminary tests and will begin dissection soon.
But who was...
Any questions? No. Good. Away you go to the hangar.
Agent Dark, mission log, 10:28 hours. Against my better judgment, I'm about to enter Area 51.
Hey there. We have just learned the main plot twist for this game. Aliens.
What the hell?
I'm sure some of you could have guessed that by the fact that we were heading to Area 51. But yeah, from this point out, the entire game will be all about aliens.
My gun!
So these guys here are carrying a new weapon, the MagSec 4. It's actually a pretty cool pistol. Primary fire is just a single shot, and the secondary fire is called 3-round burst, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's a pretty powerful gun, but it's also pretty inaccurate. So, I don't know, I personally am not a huge fan of it, although I don't mind it that much. Now, something interesting here is that these two guards up in the tower, the ones Carrington actually specifically warned us about. If you watch right here, I'm actually going to use my Falcon 2 because it's really accurate, and even though it's long range, I can still, let's see. Yeah, hit that guy right in the head. You can see the other guy comes down out of the tower and starts running towards me. What's interesting there is that if you use the MagSec 4 and zoom in on the bad guys, they won't leave the tower. They'll actually stand there and snipe at you. I don't know what causes this, but I find it interesting. I mean, something about zooming in so that you can see them causes them to realize they're in range. Or you're in range, I'm not... Anyway. It's a little weird. Now luckily, these guys also drop grenades, or at least some of them do. You can see there's something on the helipad there. However, this is actually a minefield. And if you walk across it, it's entirely possible that you will hit a mine and it will explode and kill you. That thing on the helipad was a rocket launcher, and we also find a secret passageway into this area here.
I don't want to die!
To continue on, we need to find a keycard, and this technician here has it. But I don't feel so good about killing him, so let's screw with him a little bit. Come on, over here. Come on. You can do it. Alright. Alright, we'll just leave him here for now. This thing he was working on is a robot interceptor, and once the base is alerted to our presence, those things will fly up in the air and shoot at us. At that point they're really hard to take down, so destroying them while they're on the ground is the best move for sure. Speaking of preparation, we have to plant some explosives down here in this communications bunker, or whatever it is. It controls some of the antenna or radar stuff. Now, knowing about the security here, I'm just doing a little bit of work beforehand. So as soon as the alarm goes off down here, all of these laser beams activate and 2 guards with dragons show up to ambush you. You'll see in a second that once we plant the explosives, there's actually a time limit. So that gives us 20 seconds from the time you plant the explosives. And getting through all of those lasers and fighting off the 2 guards within that 20 seconds is really tough. So I'm always a big fan of preparation. Down here is where that communications antenna, again mentioned in the opening cutscene, is. It's also pretty well guarded with an automatic turret. For some reason I actually like throwing grenades at this turret. I think in all my years of playing, I've only actually hit it and destroyed it a couple of times. But even a close hit will actually weaken it enough that you can take it out pretty quickly. There's the antenna, and I'm actually going to use the rocket launcher we picked up. This isn't necessarily the best use for it, but there's another automatic turret over there that I really don't like dealing with, and I just like blowing it the hell up.
There's the antenna, but I can't throw a bug that high.
That is pretty high, and she cannot throw a bug that high. We've got a couple more robot interceptors here. I threw that grenade pretty horribly. And now those guys won't bother us. Now, the rocket launcher we found was actually considered this level's first secret weapon, even though it was sitting out in the open. The second secret weapon comes after we plant that comms bug. This armored guard here actually has dual mag-sec 4s. And we get our first look inside Area 51. Unfortunately, the door is locked, so we gotta take the long way around. Another cool thing about this level, this guy here, it's not a robot interceptor. It's actually a hover bike. So this is the first vehicle we get in the game. It's the only vehicle in the game. This is the first time we get to use it. the hoverbike is fast, and you can shoot while still on it. The thing is, it actually blocks shots for you. So if they shoot low, or if you're above them, most of their shots will actually not hit you. That keycard we picked up earlier lets us use this lift. And this is where we have to start dealing with some of the hard guards. Every guard from this point is carrying a dragon. And these guys also have grenades, and they're not afraid to use them. So you gotta be really careful. That's kind of worth mentioning. Joanna has sort of... Oh, there's a grenade. Has sort of moved on from killing, private security goons to killing, well, to invading a US military base and killing the soldiers there. So, we've kind of moved on from murder to treason. Somehow we're still considered the good guys, though, so I mean, that's a little weird, I guess. I don't know whether the guards infinitely respawn here, but there seem to be a lot more than I would expect coming out of pretty much anywhere. Luckily that gives us enough ammo for our dragon, though.
Careful with that trigger finger, Agent Dark. You're closing in on my position.
Deceived.
I leave the hoverbike up there. It's not really that useful anymore. This is the last room in the level, and I just think it's going to get in the way. That guy almost threw his grenade at us. That probably would have killed me. So this is the final showdown in the game, and you can actually... I don't want to use the word cheese it, but by using the dragon secondary function, you can actually take them all out as they rush out, making this part really simple. Anyway, this is the end of the level. Enjoy the cutscene.
Agent Dark, over here.
There you are. I was beginning to wonder if
what?
If you'd been discovered yet. And frankly, if this is how you work, I'm amazed that you lasted longer than 5 minutes.
I was tidying up one of your loose ends.
My loose ends.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you wanted him to shoot you. I can call in some more guards if you like.
Okay, forget about it. I'm going to let the Institute know we've made contact.
You would not believe the number of times I've seen the fact that his Magnum didn't hit Joanna posted as a Perfect Dark secret. In any case, here's some deleted scenes, so see you next time. Thanks for watching.